Antonio Living starts right now.
All right, coming up on San Antonio Living, fall is almost here. And what better time than to do a girls' trip than the fall season? So we're going to share some tips from our etiquette expert next. Welcome back to San Antonio Living. You know, fall is the perfect time for a girlfriend's getaway. But as much fun as traveling with friends can be, it also comes with some etiquette challenges. Etiquette expert Diane Gottsman is here to help. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Happy fall.
Happy fall. Well, officially started yesterday with pumpkin spice, so our coffee, yay, here's to fall.
I love that.
And you know, I thought this was a great time. I go every fall with my bestie, Jeannie, who we travel fabulously together. But then there are other times with other people, not so much. So this is the perfect time to talk about how to travel with friends and how to do it smoothly.
Okay.
And without a hiccup.
Okay, I love that. So we've got some tips to share with you this morning. We'll start with expenses. You need to be on the same page when it comes to the amount of money you're spending.
That's right. Starting from the very beginning. Who's paying for the flights? Are you splitting the cost? Are you paying and then I'm paying you back? Do you get a buddy pass? You know, all of these questions. Who's renting the vehicle? Are you going to get a vehicle?
Yeah.
And you know, I think, and I'm not going to tell you which ones, but there are apps. There are tip splitting apps and expense splitting apps that you can research that are very helpful when you have a friend or a group of friends that you know, you might have a little bit of a different kind of budget and you can keep track of it. So I think it's good in advance to know who's going to pay for what and what the expectations are. I love fine dining. You love, you know, trucks.
I also love
food
fine
trucks.
dining.
So I love both. I'm just using that as an example. I like food trucks. So, you know, we have to know in advance.
Okay, sounds good. Another tip, keep a tidy room.
So when you are with a roommate of any kind, you go and stay with someone in a hotel room. One side looks like a tornado hit it and the other side is nice and tidy. So just pack and pack thoughtfully so you can roll things up and keep them nice and compact, and just be respectful of the person that you are spending, you know, sharing a room with. Okay. Much like if you go to someone's home, you know, and stay at their house.
Yeah, okay. Discuss the sleep schedules. That's important too, right?
Somebody sleeps late, you get up early, or maybe you sleep late, but you want to get up early to hit the ground running. So talk about that. Are you going to sleep late? Or what can I anticipate? And if you are, okay, these are the days I'm going to go to the museum. This is when I'm going to do my antique shopping. So you want to know about the schedules so you're not waiting around frustrated.
Okay. Don't borrow clothes or major supplies, no?
Okay, so there is never a time, I think, when we go someplace, any of us, that we forget something. You know, it's natural. We're going to forget something. Yeah. But remember, when you go with a friend, if you borrow something from that friend, that takes away a piece of their item that they might be packing very judiciously, and now they don't have something. So I think that it's important to prepare to buy things that you forget. And you know, here's one thing though. This is my very favorite thing that I bring. There's one item for all of us. So, you know, if Jeannie forgets her charger, I got lots of them. You know, I love this little charger hack. So I think that it's important just to be prepared, but don't overpack. You know, make sure that when you're packing, you have things that don't wrinkle and you can roll into little rolls and put in a tote or in a carry-on. Okay, good to know, good to know. Here's a question when it comes to what to do, and it can also create some arguments if you don't iron it out beforehand. Do you do this or do you do that? Like, some people want to see the sights, other people want to shop. Yeah, I think you do both. Okay. So again, that's that conversation in advance. So I want to go to, you make a list. I want to see this, this, and this. You want to see this and this. Okay, I don't want to really do that. I'm not big on this. So that way you can coordinate your schedules. If you only have 3 days, 4 days, 2 days, a week, you know what you are going to want to see solo and together. And speaking of solo, when you're going someplace by yourself, share your location with your friend. Yes. You know, you want to make sure for safety reasons, and also so you kind of have an idea of where they are. I think it's a really valuable tool to share location.
Another tip from Diane, utilize the airport lounge. Is that because there's wine there?
Okay. That too. I love this tip for myself and for anyone who would like to pay that. You know, when you have certain credit cards or, you know, you have certain points, you can use their lounge. If you don't have it, you can buy a day pass, and you have, you know, refreshments, you have restaurant, you have a restroom that's maybe probably a little bit cleaner. So you have some time to relax and unwind instead of at the gate with everybody there that has delays and all kinds of, you know, problems that we're going to experience. That's the reality. When we travel, there are going to be some hiccups, and we have to be prepared for that.
Okay, good to know. Keep social media pics in perspective, right? We always talk about this. You have to ask before you post anything.
Okay, ask before you post. You never post something that you look good in and they don't. But here's what I mean by this. If we spend all of our time taking pictures, just the right picture, no, do it again, no, do it one more time, we're missing the moment. So I like to say, okay, let's plan a couple of outfits that we match, you know, that we're color coordinated. So I'm not in, you know, browns and fall colors and jeanies and, you know, hot pinks and, you know, we want to take some good pics that we can keep as memories. They're all going to be memories. But put the phone down, take pictures of things that mean something to you, but don't concentrate on what you're posting on social media. Make memories. Build that relationship.
Okay, good deal. Great information this morning. And of course, if you've got questions, here's where you can find Diane. Diane is right here in San Antonio with the Protocol School of Texas. Go to protocolschooloftexas.com and follow her on Instagram at Diane Gottsman.